This is David Borg with the Swedish America Heritage Online website. The main domain name is sweame.org. You probably want to identify if some of your Swedish ancestors are contained on our website. There are some 1.4 million individual records. So let's take a look to see how you would try to quickly find them. But before I do that, let me scale this down and put it out a little right-hand corner here for you. And this is what, of course, the web page looks like when you get to it. You can slide down to the section that contains the image buttons. And you can check out all the different buttons that we have here and what kind of information that they contain. But let's say that you know that your ancestors lived in Minnesota, so that you would definitely click on the button here with my granddaughter sitting on a rooster in Sweden, where they make the Dahlia horses. So this is a chicken horse. Anyway, we'd like to select this to get to the Minnesota home page, which contains all of the Minnesota Swedish immigrants and some of their families, as well as a number of descendants as well. Since you know a couple of things, let's say that their last name is Carlson and their first name is, of the male in the family, was Finn. This may not give us a huge number, so let's see what it does. You hit the search button there, and we get an occurrence of, we get 8 records that contain Sven as a first name and Carlson as a surname. Notice the structure of the little table here. There's a person ID field. Please make note, this first letter is actually an alpha character. It's the letter I. It stands for individual. So this Sven Carlson, he's individual number I166227. He was born on August of 1850 in Sweden, and he's part of the Minnesota tree, which it confirms here. Now, you don't know for sure. If you know the birth year, you're in good luck. You can pick up one of these birth years, and you might get a good hit. But let's go down and also browse over, hover your mouse over these different buttons for each individual. This is one that looks really interesting. It's a Sven P. Carlson. Let's say this is your ancestor here. And he married a Hannah M. Carlson, which you knew that most likely. You knew those 2 members of the family. And you might have known who their children were in 1900. Since you're probably a descendant of one of these 3, or at least of that particular pair of parents. So you click on this name, Sven P., and that takes you to their family record. The first thing you want to glance at is down here at the bottom of the sources. You see that this record, this information only came from the 1900 U.S. Federal Census for the township of Elmdale in the county of Morrison. So that will also help confirm if this is the right family, even though you may not recognize some of these children's names. So this is the key record to start with. Notice that there's no capability here to do any editing. And also notice this little login button right here. I will cover the process of becoming a registered user and logging in order that you can make some improvements to this record, as well as add the necessary generational data to get the information down to your level. I'll cover some of that in the next video.